Today, I would like to talk about cover crop termination. More specifically, I'll cover the agronomics behind our recommendations for herbicides and termination dates, and we'll talk about a few watchouts after termination. Timing cover crop termination correctly is crucial for successful cover cropping. While it's important to allow cover crops enough time to grow and produce biomass, they must be terminated before they interfere with the cash crop. At Vayda, our recommendations for termination timing take into consideration the next cash crop and its expected planting dates. Cash crops like corn require that the cover crops be terminated early, so there are less risks of nutrient mobilization and the soil can warm up faster. For other cash crops like soybeans that are planted later in the growing season, termination can be done closer to planting time, as there are few concerns about soil temperature and we want to maximize biomass production for weed suppression. For termination methods, we recommend that cover crops be terminated chemically. While mechanical termination has been successfully implemented by some growers, it is a riskier approach, as it frequently does not result in complete termination, potentially allowing cover crops to regrow and compete with the cash crop for moisture and nutrients. Additionally, mechanical methods can be less effective in wet or uneven field conditions, increasing the risk of stand establishment issues. To make herbicide recommendations, we first look at the grower's planned burndown program and compare it to our database of recommended herbicides for each cover crop. If we find that the planned program won't fully terminate all the cover crop species in the mix, we suggest additional herbicide options to include. Now, I would like to go over some examples of what these recommendations look like in practice. Here, we are looking at fields where the next cash crop is going to be soybeans. And as you can see, we recommend a termination window between 7 to 14 days prior to planting. Depending on the expected planting dates, we also provide a recommendation with the actual dates for termination. For herbicide recommendations, we take into consideration the cover crops that were planted within each field and the grower's planned herbicide program. In this case, for field 1, these chemicals will be sufficient to terminate all the cover crop species within this field, while for field 2, where the grower is just planning to use clethodim, we need to add additional herbicides, so the brassicas and legumes will also be terminated. Then we provide a list of potential chemicals that the grower can use for the termination.